Guys, how is it going? Want to give you a shout out there, and I'm gonna tell you now. This is George Wolf coming to you from my home studio podcast, and I just wanted to let you know also that I approve of this video, and as a politician, I want to talk to you a little bit about today's subject. I'm not going to talk to you into depth, but I want to talk to you a little bit about today and what's happening in 2020 here and the November 3rd election. And people are going to wonder, why am I talking about voting for a particular individual? As president, as we know, anyone who's running for office knows the difference between an actual president and a dictatorship. Now, you need to know that as a dictator, you are making the calls. There is no power in the people. The power is in the individual. As we've seen many times again here, in this particular 4 years that have gone by us really fast, we have not recognized that those people have no clue as to Republican dictatorship. We have to look at the difference, we have to weigh it, and know exactly where we're going to go with it. Now, we have a dictator and we have a president all in one. The dictator part is the NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Now, as you know, okay, I am an independent, but I am running for office as a Democrat. I have to be on a platform. Okay, so now, understand, people, even it doesn't matter which way you want to go with life. You have to know the difference in who you're voting for. Now, we want to say, okay, that we're going to go with the people who are putting out the best for us. Now, this country was founded as an independent country, a country of people who believed in their neighbors, who believed in a non-dictatorship. Now, please understand that as a non-dictator, okay, this country has a president. Now, who do we got in the office today? We have Donald J. Trump. Sorry to say, he's a dictator. Because as far as he's concerned, you're nobody. As a Republican, he's chosen to use the Republican platform for his own benefits. Gotta remember, he may be a 3 billionaire or whatever they want to call him, but in reality, he lives off of OPM, other people's money. Now, what makes him a dictator is he's out to tell you who he is. Now, when he tells you who he is, he's telling you you are to follow him. Me, I love my independence. 2, I love living in America. 3, I love doing what I want to do and not what he tells me to do. Now, I'm going to be running on a Democratic ticket in my 2022 election. The difference is, especially now, and that is the Republicans are kind of falling apart But hopefully they'll regroup and rejoin the society as a constitutionalist versus a Republican that is dictatorship. Now, as a dictator, remember, you just look at Donald Trump, because he's told us he doesn't want to go any further than to have you vote for him. Why? Well, why doesn't any dictator expect you to vote for him? Because he is what's called, the quote is dictatorship. NPD, people. Narcissistic personality disorder. Now, what I'm telling you now, I'm running for Democrat, or as a Democrat, and the purpose of me running for that particular office as a governor is because the fact that I intend to help people in my society, people in my community, people in my state. But now, as a Democrat, right now, we have to vote Democrat because of the fact we want a president. And Joe Biden has actually undergone the transformation into a presidential candidate. Why? Because he cares. Now, what people don't know is there's more behind the man than it looks. Now, people complain on a commercial, oh, well, this is his type of society, burning businesses and fighting, looting, whatever. The purpose of me telling you this is because what you see is not what you'll always get. Republicans right now, they're striving to aid and abet, an individual who took from the military and chose to use it to build a wall. You think about it. Building a wall? The funny part is, he's trying to show that he is doing what his promise is. His promise include that Mexico would pay for this wall. What he didn't tell people is that his intent was to build a wall, but he wasn't looking at, well, what are we going to do about the people coming under the wall? We've got tunnels. This country, what do we got? People traveling still. So this, and then he claims that somebody who murders somebody comes from Mexico. How does he know that? He doesn't know. But I can tell you one thing. I know him. He went out and he had a tribal nation take their casino, put it under his name in the Riverside County high desert area. Now, I want you to think about this. They then turned around and had to give him money, had to do things for him in order to get their casino back. Think about it. See, the idea is drafting using OPM. That's the sole purpose of him not even thinking about telling you, as a voter, that he uses OPM. So you think, well, he's got all this money. What he's not telling you is he uses OPM, and on his taxes over here, this is how much he makes, so that the federal government isn't going to come after him. That's right. Think about it. So, as we moving along here, I'm running as a Democrat in 2022 to benefit the people of my state. You see, this is where I live. This particular state is what I need to build up. Somebody said, why aren't you running for president? Problem is, somebody like Joe Biden, who's already been there and done it, he's had a person take his hand. We know who he is. And the man has led him through 8 years of politics, of life in the White House. Now, you take a man like that, put him in the White House, he already pretty much knows what to do. When we put Trump into office, we weren't expecting a dictator. Okay? People who voted for him, now they're walking away from him. Well, who wouldn't? He's a dictator. Sorry to say so, but he is. All my independent fellow members, go Democrat for right now. Then, at one point, when you choose to go back Republican, think about it. Right now, we need a governor and we need a president that will make today's society better than what it was. When Obama was in, I guarantee you that Obama era that came and gone, you can be successful in your own campaign. And that campaign is living a better life. Why should we live under a dictator, a ruler of bad things? A, loss of jobs. How many jobs have you seen lost throughout the 4 years? Go back and look at it. Go analyze it. Go online. Check it out. The second thing is the dictator shut down the government. Employment gone again. And who got paid? And then he wants to give our money away by simply turning around and building a wall, violating tribal law. Well, this wall is going over your tribal land. We don't care. You see, the other thing is, here's an individual who believes also that subject to people voting him back in November 3rd, that he gets to shut off Social Security. He gets to take out some key politicians. If we get the House, whether it's Democrat or Independent or Republican or so forth, one of the things that he's looking at is Mitch McConnell, who is chair of the Senate, because he knows that if he's still in office, he has control, because it has to go through the Senate to him to be approved, and that makes our government weak. Now, he wants to also stack the odds so that he's got control over the Senate, he's got control over the justice system, and he has the control over the executive office. Again, he's already did that this past time. Why do you think his intent is to turn around and tell you you are Republican and you're going to vote for me. And no matter what, you're going to vote for me or else. That's what he's talking about. Or else. A Republican who is moving away from him is better for society because we need to live constitutionally. We don't need to live with a dictatorship in which we fought bloodshed all over our lands. Why? Because we wanted to be free. And it's up to you. As a voter, let's get out the vote. Let's vote Democrat right now. And as an independent, please, whatever you do, lean towards Joe Biden. Because right now is a critical time. Now, whether you like Joe Biden or not, or you listen to hearsay, the other thing is, I want to let you know, religious people, religion is not the way to go, people. If we listen too much into the religion area, we're not going to succeed in a future to benefit us and our children. So I say to you today, in this particular instant, is that you help get out the vote and get Biden in, get Trump out, and let's get back to a normal society. Let's get back to the Republicans and Democrats fighting, even though I don't think it should be, but that's the way it is. So now, as we go along, don't mix politics into religion, people, because of the fact that, I'm going to tell you now, if churches are leaning to the politician area and trying to discourage you and let you know, well, Joe Biden's a bad guy because of whatever the religious purpose is, that's nonsense, because that's not the way it goes. You see, we don't shove religion in people's face, but we don't shove politics in people's face either. And I want you to know, as a politician, if I'm elected, I will show a big difference in dictatorship and non-dictatorship. You're going to ask, why is this guy willing to help these homeless people? Why is he making sure they have a home? Why is he making sure that people eat? Why is he fighting for the people? Why is he willing to take a step and fight for those people? Do we truly believe that if we want freedom, we want democracy in a republic world? You get out the vote and help. Help me, help you, help everyone else. So please be aware. Now, you're asking, why is an independent voting for Democrat? Why is an independent going to go on a Democratic ticket? Because of the fact that the last time I ran as a Republican wasn't taken serious. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that I didn't get votes. But it's the fact that I have to care for my fellow man. Get rid of the bullying, bringing in the work, making the area and society and state and our country more richer, to demonstrate that lives can be saved tomorrow, today. The unique things of our society is great. But if we keep damaging it, our society will go back to before we had the 1776 war. That's where dictatorship is. That's where we got to stop it. We got to stop it now and when we can. Another 4 years of this dictator, we will lose so much. He's already told the Senate where they can go. And he told the House. But here's the thing. And think about this. Okay? The Senate. The Republicans had the Senate. And so when they had the Senate, anything passed up, no matter what, has to pass through the Senate to get to him. Now I want you to think about something. We already knew that because of the Senate issue, we already knew his impeachment out the window. Out the window. Because of the fact that you got a president that says, I am king. You are my peasants. And you will do what I tell you to do. Now, you tell me, and I'll tell you, and this is the way it'll go. Let's just get out the vote no matter what. And no matter what he's done to the mail, get out the vote, people. Get out the vote. Let's also consider homeless people. Letting them vote. Finding an address for them, getting them registered, and getting them out, and letting them vote too. Because they're just as important as anyone else. So I say to you today, God bless America. And may our soul survive this dictatorship. And hopefully you will see the reality of the truth and the fake ads, the fake religious statements of voting for a dictator. Right now, dictator rules. Dictator needs to be taken down. And the way to do that is with your help. For now, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And I want you to think about something. Next time we talk, the next video will be about real estate, okay? And then I may get into a little bit of the business opportunities. Something called flipping pallets, working from home, how to do it, and things that you can consider. You're going to have competition in the business area, but please understand the information I'm going to give you, I want you to take it serious enough to know that if you're in the business of buying and selling, we want to stay in the wholesale so that it's easier for you to sell, easier for you to make money, and so forth. But again, just think about it. Okay, that's all I want you to do. And I will bring it up next time. And for now, this is George Wolf. I salute you all. Peace out and take care. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. And, oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Joe Biden. I got your back, sir. And for right now, I want you to know that I'm glad the polls indicate that you will be winning, but I hope the Electoral College is there for you too. Thank you, and have a good night.